Have you been considering moving abroad and Bangkok is on the top of your list, but you can't figure out why people are moving there or whether it's a good match for you? Hi, I'm Elle, and I help high achieving women break free from burnout by redefining success on their own terms. I'm the creator of the Success Reset coaching program, as well as School of the Well Rested, where we help you break up with burnout, overwork, and exhaustion for good. I'm currently based in Seattle and preparing to move abroad again in the next few months. And so I'm very happy that you are here. If redefining success on your own terms and international adventure are your cup of tea, please say hi, subscribe. Let me know who you are, where you're tuning in from below, so I know who I'm actually talking to. I'm not just speaking into the void. And please join our beloved community. I've been hinting for several months now that I'm moving abroad again. I've traveled to or lived in 26 countries to date, and I have been dreaming and scheming and plotting and planning to move abroad again, but I have not been sharing my destination. But today, I'm very happy to reveal that I am moving to Thailand, and I'm going to be telling you my top 5 reasons that I've decided to move to Thailand this year. The last 2 may surprise you because they're absolutely ridiculous. So please stick around until the end. I'm going to tell you all my business and spill all the tea. Pre-pandemic, I lived in Chiang Mai, Thailand. It was wonderful in a lot of ways. It's chill, it's quiet, it's peaceful, it's beautiful. But during burning season, which is several months long during the spring, it's very polluted and very congested, and the air is very toxic. So I never thought that I would move to Thailand again, but here we are. There's a channel on YouTube of a young African-American, Black American man named Isaiah Ashley, and his channel is called The Isaiah Ashley Show. He's been living in Thailand for I think a year or 2, and I watched a recent video on his channel called New Yorker Moves to Bangkok and gives a tour of his $630 per month loft condo. Now, this caught my eye. I've watched almost every apartment and loft tour on his channel. So of course I was going to watch this one. This speaks to reason number 1 that I'm going to be moving to Thailand. Off top, bang for your buck. Cost of living. I really enjoy a bougie lifestyle, and I have bougie tastes. Bougie, not elitist. They're not the same thing. I like nice things. I like being well taken care of. I love excellent customer service. I love a luxury life. I love massage. I love body work. I love spas, love luxury. I love ease. I love being well supported in my life and lifestyle. I love when a service provider will come to my house and give me a massage, do my nails, do my facial, come pick up laundry, whatever else. I love it. I need to be able to do that regularly. That's one reason that Thailand specifically and Southeast Asia in general, whatever kind of service I enjoy, it is available in Thailand without breaking the bank. That is the lifestyle that I desire, and I need it. When I lived in Rwanda, I'll link the video right here, and I'll drop it in the description in case you don't want to click out of this video to watch this one. When I lived in Rwanda, my household manager named Lydia, she was with me 6 days a week. She cooked me 3 meals a day, went to the market, walked my dog, cleaned my house top to bottom every day. She was amazing. I'm so grateful to have had her in my employ while I was in Rwanda. It was such a gift to be able to employ her and also have her support me while I was there. I also grew up with having a house cleaner, not a flex, just a fact. And I enjoy employing people who like to do things that I do not like to do and I'm not good at. I love cleanliness, but I don't like cleaning. I love eating, but I don't like cooking. And in Thailand, I can hire someone to come clean my house regularly. I can hire someone to come cook for me or go get food regularly without having to break the bank. And Thailand and Southeast Asia offers that to me. I really want to be in a country and culture that will support my body being well, including my nervous system, which at this point is fried, dyed, and laid to the side. I want to be somewhere where my emotional health will be well taken care of and I won't feel like stressed out or on the edge. I want to feel like my mental health is well rested. And part of why I like Thailand and Thai culture is because it's known as the land of smiles, not just with foreigners and not just in this transactional way, but with each other. It's the cultural underpinning of the society. where we know, being based in the United States, that ain't the facts, Jack. And so I want to be somewhere where smiling and being welcoming and being open and warm is a natural expectation and part of the culture. So that's reason number one. Cost of living, which also flooded over a little bit into reason number two, is the culture overall in itself. Warmth, invitation, welcoming. I want to be able to be in a center and a community of belonging. I'm not currently in active relationship with my family of origin. Without going into all the details, if you want me to do a separate video on going no contact with a narcissistic family system, please let me know. It's one of my favorite things to talk about because it is a rough journey. And so if you are on that journey yourself, please let me know. I'm happy to make a separate video for that. This is why it's incredibly important to me to be someplace in a country and culture that naturally, innately honors its elders and its children, where people are actually valued, where human lives and human beings are a valued part of the culture, not just productivity and making money for large corporations, where people are actually valued, where elders are actually valued, and where children are actually valued and seen as valuable parts of society and the community. Of course, we know no place is perfect, but it is important for me to be somewhere where it's easy to make friends. It's easy to feel a sense of belonging. It's easy to feel connected. And so community is also part of that. As I've said, I've lived all over the world. I've lived on or traveled to every continent except for Antarctica. And different cultures move through community and connection and relationship differently. When I lived in Rwanda, it was very hard to make friends. It was very hard to feel connected and a sense of belonging, even with Black American expats, because many come with their family in tow, with their partner, with their community. They bring the community with them. If you're there solo dolo like I was, it's a lot harder to make friends, and there's not an active expat community that I could just plug into. A lot of people have commented on my Rwanda video that it is a place where nuclear families thrive. And since I was not partnered or part of a nuclear family system, it wasn't a place that actually I could just plug into and find a social group and a social world. From what I see on the internet, Bangkok is very different. There are Black expat groups and outings and activities happening all of the time. I'm in the Black expat groups on Facebook, and I'm in the WhatsApp groups. I see the activities, I see the things going on, and that's the kind of community activities that I need to be able to plug into. I don't want to arrive and have to plan anything. I don't want to have to create it myself. I want to be able to go to happy hour or go to the cruise or go on the trek or the hike or whatever, and be able to find community and culture with people who come from a similar cultural background as I do, being Black Americans. Now, hopefully, I will have community. It's not just Black Americans, but I also want to have community with Black Americans because I am Black American. And that is something I found to be very important after living in Rwanda. It had never been that clear to me before because I had lived in and traveled to cultures that are much more welcoming and invitational than when I was living in Rwanda. And so moving to Bangkok is very intentional because I want to be able to go to activities, build community, make friends more easily than I did in Rwanda. Reason number 3, I'm currently based in Seattle where it is gray and wet and overcast most of the year. That is actually incredibly terrible for my mental health. It's exhausting, it's heavy, it's draining. I need to be somewhere that is warm and sunny most of the year. And Southeast Asia fits the bill. Quiet as it's kept, I bought a one-way ticket out of the country October 30th, before the presidential election in the United States, because I knew that I needed to leave regardless of who was going to be in the White House. I bought my plane ticket on October 30th to leave on January 30th. I was ready to go. I had a subletter lined up. We had negotiated a year sublet. Then they canceled. They sent me a text message saying that they were no longer going to be able to sublet. And I was back to the drawing board because having someone in my apartment for a full year gave me one less huge thing to think about or concern myself with. When they backed out, I had to go back to the drawing board and figure out a plan B. I also had a big contract lined up that just totally disappeared and ghosted me. So without that contract coming through and without the financial stability of a subletter, I decided to take a step back and I just canceled my ticket. The good news is I still have the credit with Qatar Air, which is my favorite. And when I tell you business class, which is their first class on Qatar Air, is my favorite. Being able to close the door, make my bed horizontal after they've just put fresh sheets on it and poured me some champagne. Flying first class international is my favorite thing. I still have my credit on Qatar Air, so when I'm ready to fly again, I have it there. And hopefully that will be sooner than later, because we all deserve to live the lives that we desire. We all deserve to live lives of ease. If that sounds like something that you are drawn to, but you don't necessarily know how to do it, you feel a little overwhelmed or overstimulated, I would love to have a one-on-one call with you in the alignment hour. It's my one-on-one coaching call. You can check out the link in the description. But if you know that you are ready to be done with burnout, ready to be done with overwhelm and overworking and overgiving and exhaustion, check out the School of the Well-Rested, which is my school that I offer with the link in the description. It will help you unlearn overgiving, overworking, overdoing, so that you can actually break up with burnout once and for all. So check out the link in the description. It's a powerful program, and we're currently in pre-sale. Moving on to my last two absolutely ridiculous reasons about why I'm moving to Thailand. Reason number 4 is not as ridiculous, but reason number 5 is distinctly ridiculous in her own right. Reason number 4, I am a vain person. I am not above a nip, a tuck, a poke, a prod. My maternal line ages like slow molasses, just takes their time and no wrinkles, just flawless into their 80s and 90s. My paternal line has more of my Irish ancestry. They're a little light bright. My dad used to pass for Mexican when he was growing up in Houston. He wasn't Mexican, he was part Irish, but I digress. Now, what I'm trying to say is I'm beginning to age like my paternal Irish ancestors. And it's not cute, okay? Beneath this glorious Danessa Myricks concealer, it looks like I got shiners. Is that what they call when you hit you in a, it looks like I've been out tussling in the streets, okay? I'm not above a nipatuka polka prod. Let me say that again. So you heard all the things I'm saying. I'm not above a nip, a tuck, a poke, a prod. And in Thailand and Southeast Asia, I can get the kinds of aesthetic adjustments that I desire without, again, costing me an arm and a leg. I've reached that time where my maternal ancestors have passed the baton off to my paternal ancestors, and they're aging in a way that I don't want to age. And so I'm more than willing to hire professional assistants to help me slow down the aging process and age like the Black woman that I am, not like my Irish ancestors. So that's the reason number 1. I have cosmetic things I want to get done. I also have just some fundamental things. I know I have some dental work I need to get done. And I want to be somewhere where healthcare is actually a caring industry and not just obsessed with making money at the cost of patients and people. I have had brain surgery. I've had other surgery. I've had medical crisis. And I want to be somewhere that I can know that the medical system is human-centered, people-centered, not just for the fundamental basic medical and healthcare needs, but also for the nips, the tucks, the pokes, and the prods, okay? So that's reason number 4. And I will be documenting all of that behind the scenes because I don't really enjoy when people get work done and then it's like mysterious. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna get done and I'm gonna tell you how I got it done, okay? So that's number 4. And number 5 is again, I know it's ridiculous and I'm to move to a country for this reason, but it's still in my top 5, okay? I love Lush. Lush bath bombs got me through months and months after brain surgery. I would be in the bathtub with Lush bath bombs for hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, soaking in the bathtub, draining it, sometimes refilling it. So I was in a hot bathtub because I was healing from brain surgery and it was the only thing that made me feel better. I use Lush on my skin. I use Lush on my body. I use Lush on my face. I use Lush regularly. I love deep soaking baths. So going back to that luxury lofts, luxury living, luxury lifestyle, I love a deep soaking bathtub in my home. And I want to be somewhere that I can go to Lush regularly, get bath bombs, and soak in my bathtub for hours. This is something that is small or minuscule or arbitrary to other people, but to me, it's important. because I did in fact look up if there was Lush in Thailand, and there are multiple locations all over the country. This is very important to me because when you're free, when you're living in your freedom, you get to make choices that align with who you truly are, what really lights you up, what actually turns you on. So if you want to get deeper mentorship and living a life according to your own blueprint and to your own truth, I offer the Success Reset, where we look at what's true for you over a 3-month mentorship. Check out the link in the description. It's a powerful transformational journey, and I would love to work with you. So Lush is one of the 5 reasons that I would be moving to Bangkok, Thailand, because I can go stock up on my bath bombs, soak in my bathtub, and enjoy the lifestyle that feels most true and luxurious to me. It don't have to be true to you. It's true to me. Honorable mentions. As I mentioned in a previous video, I think I'll put the link up here. I'll also drop it in the description below. I'm changing my life in 6 months. And part of that is changing my body, because things are hanging that ain't never hung before. Things are soft that ain't never been soft before. Things are widening that ain't never gotten big before. And I got to do something about that. So moving to Thailand, I'm going to be taking Muay Thai, which is a Thai martial arts. That's another honorable mention for why I'm moving to Bangkok. I also know that as I'm aging, I need to be expanding my brain to do things in different ways. Now, I do speak French, even though I'm a little bit rusty, but I'm going to be taking Thai language classes while I'm there. I don't know that I'll ever be fluent in Thai, but I do want to be able to expand my brain, keep my brain active, keep my brain learning, keep my brain growing and doing things. I don't want my brain to get bored with my life. I want my brain to keep working and keep staying active and keep doing what it needs to do so that we can stay in the game of life. So those are my top 5 and a few honorable mention bonuses of why I am moving to Bangkok, Thailand in the next few months. Even though Thailand is where I have been planning to move, something about Vietnam has started creeping into my awareness very recently. Stephanie Perry and Rashida Dow of Exodus Summit recently met up in Vietnam with a group of over 80 Black women from Exodus Summit community. Vietnam was never on my agenda. It was never in my purview. But after listening to all their stories and watching all of their videos, I'm like, maybe I should think about Vietnam as well, because all the things that I want, all the things that I love, all the things that I value in why I'm moving to Thailand seem to be available and accessible in Vietnam for even less money. More luxury and less money is my love language. So even though I'm saying Bangkok and I'm saying Thailand and I'm saying that I'm moving to Thailand in 2025 as soon as possible, I might be moving to Vietnam instead. I'll keep you posted. Of course, I'm going to be sharing here what I'm deciding to do, but just wanted to throw that out there. So if you have been to Vietnam and Thailand, please tell me in the comments your perspective about both countries, because I would love to know. Let me know in the comments below. Have you lived in Thailand? Are you thinking about moving to Thailand? Have you relocated abroad before? I would love to know where you're moving, where you've thought about moving, or what's on your agenda. In the meantime, as I mentioned, watch this video right here where I talk about changing my life in 6 months, including moving abroad. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.